So hey guys, for today's video, I wanted to talk about calendars because school is technically well, not almost here, but it's getting around the time where we should start thinking about it. I mean, I know it's only halfway through July and we're still in right in the middle of summer, but for me, I feel like school is just weighing so heavily on my mind, so I decided to make this. So calendars are going to be your best friend throughout high school. That's one of the most important organization tips, is to get a calendar, because calendars, they show you the whole entire overview of the month, and then you can just glance at it and know which days you are available or what you have to do for that day. But the thing is, you can't write everything on a calendar because the space is so tiny. But for me, calendars, I only use it just to write due dates or any days that I have important events to go to or something that I have to do, or appointments or something like that. For the day by day or the weekly stuff, I would put it in a planner, because honestly that has way more space and that can fit all of our activities in there. So for calendars, you could always go to Walmart or Target or any other school supply store and purchase it. But honestly, sometimes I don't really like the patterns they have, or they don't have a lot of pretty ones, or sometimes they're kind of expensive, more expensive than they should be, honestly. But so I decided to create my own because I don't know, I just like the calendars because the backgrounds, the styles are to my preference, and I'm not gonna be uncomfortable with them compared to, I don't know, any planners or calendars that you buy at the store, and they kind of assign you the pictures or the themes or whatever. But for these calendars, you can design your own. So what I have right here is a calendar that I've designed. I actually got all of these images, the backgrounds for it, from Google, so nothing right here is I did not create any of these backgrounds. But I just went to PowerPoint and just pasted the pictures and then added the calendars and stuff, and then try to customize it to the best that I can. So right here is an August/September calendar, and it's just printed on a regular piece of paper, nothing special to it. But what I have here is 2 months mashed together, and it's not even the full month, so I'll explain. I start school on August 19th, so you can see right here I wrote that that's my first day of school. And I didn't want to make an August calendar where I would only end up using half of it and then waste the other half. So I decided, since I only have 2 weeks of August available, that I would just combine it with September so I can save some space. Now, because there are an extra 2 weeks added to September, it's gonna shrink the spaces for each day a little bit. So for the other months I'll show later on, the spaces are much bigger, but for these calendars, well, for this particular month, it's actually a little bit more squished. But again, I'm only using these calendars just to write test dates or exams, projects that are due, important events, and stuff like that. So as you can see, the background is cute little glasses with these when they're smiling, and it's just adorable. So, and I feel that's a really appropriate type of background for school. I have no idea why, but I just feel it feels so school-y to me. So again, it's just August and September, and then for what I wrote, so in orange I wrote the first day of school. So basically anything that's school related, I'm gonna put it in orange. And then for red, so on the first week of school I already have a math test. 2 math tests to make that, because I'm in an AP calculus class. So we have, on the second day of school, we have a math test based off of our summer homework, and then on Friday we have our first chapter 1 math test. School is just not going to be all that as it was back in elementary school. And then right here I just have a thick black line. That is from after I printed it out. I just noticed that how am I going to distinct between August and September? It's kind of a little bit hard, so I just took a Sharpie and just drew a thick black line across. But now on the calendar online, I actually added in the thicker line, so it's easier to differentiate between the weeks of August and September. But this is what the overall month looks like. It's just a pink and black theme. And then for October, Oh, this is the year of 2013, so it's from August 2013 to June 2014. And this I created specifically for my school year because that's how my school year will run. So, yeah, so if you want one for like July or a full month for August, I have it available on my blog at the eclectic girl at .blogspot.com if you want different patterns, or again, if you want a month for August and July. So there's much more varieties, and you can always make your own if you don't like any of these patterns. Just feel free to customize it and make it yourself. It's not that hard. So for October, I have these cute ones. It's a purple background with like these ghosts, so you can see one right at the top, and then, well, some on the borders, like parts of them, and then one right there in the corner. Well, it's October and it's Halloween, so I thought that was really appropriate. And then I just have orange right there. So this month is like an orange and purple theme. Now, when I was printing out this calendar, I forgot that I could have printed it front and back. So October could have been on the back of the August-September calendar, but I forgot. But now that I remembered, I printed November on the back. So this saves paper, and I would put this in a plastic sheet protector so it can last you 2 months, since one piece of paper has 2 months on it, so you want to make sure it doesn't rip or anything or get wet. So for November, of course, Thanksgiving, so I have like a pie and then some pilgrim hats, so all around the border. And then these are like sides of the pumpkin because of that Thanksgiving feel. And then I just chose like this type of light brown to keep it subtle so you can see the background stand out a little bit more. And then for December, I printed it on the back of this page because I did not want to waste paper. So for December, it's more like a blue theme. I feel like I should call it the Ice Queen theme because it's just so blue and like cold, because December is such a winter month. And there's snowflakes for this background, and everything is entirely blue. Okay, so there's that. And then since January is all about New Year's, I had the background as stars. So if you look closer at the stars, you can see actually more patterns inside of them. So there's like extra stars or snowflakes, and there's an orange, red, and a yellow star all around. And then to contrast that, I put blue because, I don't know, when I think of New Year's, I think of the color blue. So I just put that on there, and then the shape right here, kind of like explosion of a star, because, you know, New Year's is like, there's a lot of fireworks associated with that too, other than 4th of July. Now for February, I love this month right here. It's so just romantic and kind of like feminine to me. So the background, it's kind of like the chevron pattern, but then instead of like those arrows, it's like these leaves or feathers. I don't know what you call them. They alternate between red and pink. And then the entire calendar is just pink as well. And the font is all very curly. All these fonts I got off of Microsoft PowerPoint, nothing I downloaded. I wish I could have downloaded, but I felt like that would have made it more complicated. And just to keep it simple, I just wanted to use only the fonts available on Microsoft PowerPoint. So there's that. In March, because of St. Patrick's Day, of course, it has to be green. So it's lighter at the top, and then it gets darker at the bottom. And if you look up close, you can see like there's sparkles on the sides. And then the entire calendar is green. And for April, since it was like the April showers brings May flowers, and April has Earth Day in it, I wanted to make a natural type of theme for this month. So I typed in, like, I don't know, Earth Day or something, or nature theme, and this is what I found. It was so cool. It's actually Pac-Man. Sorry, I just sounded so weird a couple seconds ago. This is actually Pac-Man. And it's like the normal colors. You see the blue, the pink, the red ones, but then there's these types of variations right here. It's so cool. Like, they really do remind me of some type of like nature type of color. And then I try to bring out the blue of the Pac-Man by having the calendar in blue. And I try to keep it subtle as well. Now for May, the May flowers, I have this one. It's a really cute yellow and teal, like flowers everywhere, and there's a cat in the corner. This actually has cats, but then it's like cut off. You can't really see it much. But it's really, really cool. And I love how it has like that spring feel to it. And I brought out the yellow in the background with the yellow like border up here. And then May is just like pale yellow. And for June, I know it's a summer month, but this combines two of my favorite things, purple and dogs. So you can kind of see some dogs, like a dog right here with its tongue sticking out, and then another dog. Just like some familiar shapes. And the entire calendar is in purple. And it's not seasonal at all. I mean, when you think of June, you think of like bright colors and sunshine and like you're out of school finally or something like that. But I wanted to make this more personal. I made it more comfortable for myself. If you don't like it, I think I do have variations on my my blog. I'm not too sure about that, but you can always, again, make your own if you don't like these types of designs. So there's that. And that's all of the calendars that I have. So I plan to use these for my entire school year so I can write down everything and keep track of everything. And this is one of the best tips to help keep you organized, is to write down all your due dates. I cannot emphasize that enough, because you can always just refer back to this if you need to look at a date or if you forgot something. And also use different colors as well. I only have 2 colors on here, orange and red. I recommend getting, you can get different colors. Like I purchased a pack of colored pens that have like 8 different colors, so I really do recommend designating each color for a different event or like a type of, I don't know, one for tests, one for projects, one for quizzes maybe, one for school events, one for social events, something like that, just to help you keep organized and keep your calendar looking really colorful and fun to look at. So I hope this has helped, and again, if you are interested in these, you can just go to my blog and print them for yourself. So thanks for watching.